Hello everybody, welcome back to another installment of Life Stories. My name is Trent and I hope you guys are all doing awesome as always. Today we got another story coming at you from Reddit/idontworkherelady, and it's a big one. So buckle in, maybe get some snacks, because we're in this for the long haul. The story is titled, I Am Not a Bouncer, and I Didn't Steal Your Money. Hi all. I've had the misfortune to experience a lot of things in my 30-odd years that Redditors may enjoy. I'll start with one that made me laugh when my friend reminded me about it last night, and can add more if there's some interest. Been watching a few of these groups for a little while, and occasionally they remind me of my own experiences. I should probably introduce myself. I'm a male from the UK, late 30s now, and I'm quite tall at 6'4", which seems to make me stand out enough that I'm either a target or just the person who catches the eye of lunatics quite a lot. Our cast for this tale. Me, hi. Phil, my friend, who reminded me about this story. DG 1 to 6. A group of drunk girls who made a small mistake but couldn't get past it. Bouncer, a big fella but not too bright. And manager, nice bloke who sorts it all out. Here we go. The language is as best as I can remember, but I'd been drinking, so exact words are going to be a stretch. A few years ago, I was hanging around drinking outside a bar in Manchester with my friend Phil. My friend smokes, but I don't. You mostly need to go outside to designated smoking areas to smoke in the UK. As I'm standing there talking to my friend, admittedly quite near the door to the bar, a small group of very drunk girls gathers in front of me. I don't really notice for a few moments as I'm talking, but after a short while, I pick up that there is a little crowd stumbling around in front of me, and they're looking a bit agitated, with lots of huffing and tutting. I look over them briefly and notice they were all carbon copy blondes with the same haircut. Not a Karen cut, sadly. Mid-30s, similar black outfits, very short dresses. All quite overweight, no judgment, just an observation, and all are drunk like it was their first time out on the town. The only thing separating them was the level of fake tan they had gone for. It ranged from orange to a kind of mahogany color. I am oblivious to why they're standing there, or who they might think I am at this point, but I assume I'm in the way a little bit, so I move to the side away from the door, and they start to enter the bar with a few slurred variations of "finally" and "effing useless." It seems obvious now that they thought I was the bouncer/doorman who had to let them in. But at the time, I just thought I must have been in their way a bit. There didn't seem to be a bouncer, as it was a quiet night, so an easy mistake to make. I should also mention it was cold and rainy in Manchester, as it usually is, so I was wearing a big coat. It was dark in color, but wasn't the usual bouncer uniform of black coat with SIA identification on the sleeves. SIA is Security Industry Authority, if memory serves. I actually did work door security for a couple of years at student bars and clubs in the past, so I know a little bit about this, but that was years ago. Most bouncers tend to be quite big guys, as it's a physical job when crap goes down with fighting and such, and I'm in that category because of my height and build. A few minutes pass, and 4 of the girls stumble out of the bar again and make a beeline right for me. I wasn't as close to the door anymore, but I was still outside with my friend. The leader of this gaggle was massively drunk and had obviously been elected as the night's spokesperson. She will be DG1. She did most of the speaking and slurring, and the rest mostly just said supportive things to back her up and swore. DG1 said, "You need to come on and save my friends." Sorry, what? "Come on, they're in trouble." She grabs my arm, which surprised me a bit. Me, still oblivious, who's in trouble? I also pull my arm away, which seems to annoy her. "Come with me now, my friends are being attacked." She grabs my arm again. Phil chimes in. "You better go, sounds important." He was laughing as he'd figured out the problem already. "Okay," I said, confused as I still didn't get it, but I was just drunk enough to think they might be trying to be funny or pick me up or something. "Finally, quick," the rest of them chimed in. "Yeah, hurry." She leads me into the bar and up to a sort of dance floor area where the other 2 girls are dancing and kissing 2 guys. I'm still a bit confused why I'm there, and now notice that DGs 1 through 4 are staring at me expectantly. Me, still confused. "So, what am I doing here?" DG1 shouted over the music,
Kick those guys out of here. They're attacking my friends.
Seems like they're okay to me. Why did you drag me here?
We are on a girls' night, and these guys aren't even with us.
DG 1 through 4 chime in.
Yeah, we don't even know them.
Okay, but why would I need to be involved? DG 1, now upping the drama a bit.
They're being assaulted, and you just want to freaking watch?
No, I don't really care. I'm going back outside now. I turn to walk out. DG 1 shrieks something sweary at me and tries to slap me in the face. She misses, spins, and hits the floor. I'm walking away and out now, and when I turn, having taken the few steps to get back to the door, DG 1 is stumbling to her feet and struggling a bit. I walk outside and hope that's all the weirdness I'll have tonight. I find Phil, who's laughing at me, having watched the drama from the door. You're not free yet. I think you're in trouble now. He motions towards the door. The 4 girls have found a real bouncer, who must have been inside, and are pointing me out, looking furious. They come over, and they're halfway through their version of the story to the real bouncer.
That's the one. That's the bouncer who refused to effing help us and then knocked me over. He needs to be effing sacked.
The bouncer points to me. This guy? Me, with things suddenly clicking in my brain. Wait, bouncer? Do you think I'm a bouncer?
Yes, you. Of course. You let us in.
The bouncer says, he doesn't work here.
Yes, he does. Don't you even know each other?
No, I don't work here. I'm stood here with a pint in my hands. Why do you think I work here?
You're dressed as a bouncer and you let us in.
By wearing a dark jacket? I didn't let you in. I just moved out of your way when you went in.
You came inside with us to sort out those guys. Why would you do that if you don't work here?
You didn't give me much time to think. Before I knew it, you'd grabbed me and pulled me inside. The bouncer says, hang on, I'm a bit lost. Look, he's the bouncer. Black jacket, security information on his sleeve, and he's got the radio and all that. Look at me. I'm just stood here with a beer in my hand.
F this. I don't care what you are, but you pushed me to the ground and took my money.
She's doubling down a little now, as I presume she thought this would help her. I never touched you. I left you after you pointed out some people kissing, and you tried to slap me, missed, and fell over. What money are you talking about? Though the mention of money was a bit random.
We paid you to get in.
They obviously didn't. It wasn't even a bar you paid to get in. The bouncer looks very lost, but seems to be getting an idea that he better react soon. So, you hit her and took money off her? No, none of this happened. I think this lot are a bit drunk. DG 1 through 4 all chime in with various,
yeah he did, he freaking hit her and stole her purse.
Again, another fun little addition. The bouncer says, right, give the purse back. What purse? I said. I don't have a purse. This is all BS. The bouncer speaks into the radio, and another bouncer has showed up. He says he's going to look at the cameras and see what's what. I'm lucky it was a relatively quiet night, as normally I think I'd have been kicked out of this place just to stop the drama and save time. But as it was slow, they decided to investigate. The DGs have all started getting a bit hysterical now that they have real bouncers, and the story has been embellished to include me taking money off them at the door to let them in. Which they want back, of course. The fact I apparently gave this poor girl a bit of a kicking, and I was supporting the guys who were trying to assault their friends. It takes a few minutes, but just as they're whipping themselves up into a frenzy, the bar manager comes out and asks me if I'll go inside to speak to him. I just want to go home now, but as it will let me get away from the screeching, I agree. I instantly regret it as I get shepherded into the back of the bar to a little room the security guys use. I assume I'm going to get a kicking, but the manager gets the second bouncer to show me the 2 clips on the security screen. The first one shows me vaguely moving out of the way when they go into the bar, definitely not taking any money. And the second shows me inside the bar talking briefly to DG1, her going to slap me and tripping herself up. We have a little laugh and they say I'm fine. I say I'm going to go, but they suggest if this woman calls the police, it might be better if I hang around so it can be sorted with this evidence. Apparently, it's quite common for people to lose things like purses and try to blame others in pubs. I ask what they're going to do with the group of girls, and they say they're going to be asked to leave. We go back outside, and the girls are still going on about what I apparently did. When the manager asks them to leave, they go really mad for a few seconds, protesting. I've looked at the CCTV, and this guy didn't do anything. You actually tried to hit him.
I never. He freaking slapped me and stole my freaking purse. I'm calling the police.
Well, feel free. As I said, I've got the footage, so you'll make yourself look a bit silly.
No, I won't. I bet you do this all the time. Rob people and share the money.
You've been asked to leave, so please go, said the bouncer.
I'm not going until he gives me my purse back.
I don't have it. Are you sure you didn't drop it when you fell over? I did a smirk here, which may have been an error.
You smarmy little creep.
She launches herself at me, but the bouncer, with reflexes like a cheetah, manages to catch her in midair and holds her there. This was no mean feat, as she was a pretty large girl. She starts kicking and screaming, but it doesn't seem to trouble him too much. He holds her there for a few seconds as she runs out of steam. DGs 2 through 4 slowly seem to realize this isn't going to work and quiet down and seem to slink back a bit to get out of the way. As DG 1 catches her breath, the two girls, 5 and 6, who'd been inside and really hadn't been involved to this point, came out of the bar arm in arm with the two guys. DG 5 says,
"Hi, Karen."
Not her real name, of course. It was actually Chantel or something chavvy.
"We've bumped into our fellas, so we're heading home. Have a good night. Oh, by the way, here's the purse you asked me to hold."
They hand over the purse, which she takes very sheepishly, and DG5 and DG6 leave with the guys. The remaining girls have all but disappeared now, and it appears the show is over. Bouncer releases DG1 and again asks them to leave. They seem a bit defeated and slink away apart from DG1, who's hanging back a bit. She turns to me and looks at me for a second. I was expecting an apology for the misunderstanding or a final F you, but this is what she actually says to me.
"Will we get in next week?"
Sorry? What do you mean?
We aren't barred, are we?
Bouncer and manager look at each other and shake their heads a little bit. Not quite sure why she still thinks I work there. Me, seizing an opportunity. "You are, I'm very afraid. Your friends can come back anytime, though." Manager, deciding it's easier to go with me on this one now. Yes, that's right. I'm afraid we can't have people assaulting the staff. If you leave now, we won't call the police." She then joins the rest of her troupe, and they dejectedly walk away and leave the smoking area and the bar with a bit of muttering. The bouncer, looking a bit confused. "So, hang on, do you work here or not?" "Nah, sorry mate, just stood in the wrong place at the wrong time. I was just taking the piss out of her at the end." "Okay, so how come she's barred?" Manager chimes in. "Don't worry about it. Just get a picture of the video and put her on the wall of shame." I presume this was how they tracked the troublemakers. Right, all sorted. He's talking to me now. "Can I get you a drink for all the trouble?" Better not, boss. Not while I'm working." Cue a wry smile from the manager and a little bit of laughter from the few people who had gathered around and picked up on what was going on. Sadly, everyone didn't stop and clap, but it was enough for me. Phil and I got a free round of drinks out of it, and I still go to that bar every now and then to this day. Wow, that was really long in the end. I never could figure out why they wanted the friends' boyfriends to be kicked out. I presume it was just because a girl's night out is sacred and they didn't like the intrusion, but this seems extreme. Thanks for reading, and sorry it didn't end with the police called and a Karen or group of Karens all getting carted off to the cells. Have a great day, everyone. As I said, I got a few of these if people are keen. I can add some more when I get time. Whew, that was the longest exercise I've ever taken in speaking in a drunk white girl voice. Hopefully we can keep it to a minimum, because I feel extra stupid. Anyway, good job on your free beers, OP. Cheers. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we are all out of time for today's episode of Life Stories. I hope you guys are all doing awesome. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more Reddit content coming your way. My name is Trent, and I hope to see you guys soon.